Well, hello and welcome back to the Tao Manifesting Tarot. This is an audio version, although you're looking at today's card layout. That's all you're going to see in terms of visuals. I want to minimize the visual distractions. We live in a world where you are not encouraged to make pictures in your head. That is, use your imagination. They don't want you to think for yourself. In fact, John D. Rockefeller, one of the biggest assholes in the world ever, back around 1900, as he was realigning our education system, he's the one responsible for our crappy educational system. He said, I want a nation of workers, not thinkers. So, as part of his plan, we have a mass media and virtually everything else around us that is bombarding us with visual images. Why? Well, first of all, we're entertained by them. We have a set of eyes and we're meant to see. Secondly, it's kind of lazy. And so they're taking our natural inclination to using our eyes to create images so we stop thinking. The idea is to make the images in your head. Because if you can make the images in your head, you have imagination. If you have imagination, you have the ability to manifest. So the whole game is to dumb us down, which all the information from the past 10 years is telling us they're doing it very successfully. We are getting dumber. Back in 1950, 60, in that area, we could hold our attention for a little over 3 minutes. Today, we're down to less than 30 seconds. So if you can't hold a picture in your head for 30 seconds, your imagination is not going to be worth a damn. Your imagination is weak. You're not manifesting. You're not manifesting. They get to lead you around by the nose. That's the game. So we don't play that game. You got the 5-card spread. It is my job, with my narration, my explanation from a manifesting point of view, is to inspire you, to fire up that imagination of yours so that you can manifest better. Now, this energy signature for today is not going to resonate with everybody, at least not in an obvious way. We have 8 billion people on the planet, approximately. And I'll bet you, boy, if I were to get 100,000 people that would resonate to today's message, that'd be a lot. Because everybody is so complex, so different, and that's great. Because that's our strength, not our weakness. So if it doesn't resonate with you today, don't worry about it. It may tomorrow or next week or next month. Or if it does, just come back here. Pick up the action again. Let's run through the reading. And fire up your imagination. My job is to inspire you, not to pander to you, not to tell you you're beautiful, you're good, you're 100, you're a 10, baby, you're a 10. I'm not here to do that. Nobody is a 10. We're human. Nobody is a 10. We're all doing the best we can with what we have, and we all have different stuff because we all have a different destiny. That's why you're different from your brothers and your sisters. Raised in the same house, same parents, and yet you're so different. Why? Because we all have a different spiritual destiny. Find yours and give it a 10 in effort. You're never going to be a 10. Never. Not going to happen. And just the act of telling yourself, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, I'm a 10, you know you're lying to yourself. That's not a positive. If I had to rate myself on a scale of 1 to 10, I would say, considering my age and considering everything, I'd probably be a 3 or 4. But I'm happy to be that because that's my base. I can build from there. And that's the same for all of us. And that's why you need to really manifest, build those muscles. So, middle card is kind of sets it up for us. It's the Oracle card. And today it's come to the edge. Shaky place, scary place. Have you ever gotten like to a mountain? I know there was a place in Yosemite my wife and I went to, and at one part you can step out quite a ways and you can kind of look over. Woo, almost wet myself. It was scary. And then there was this bridge, I think in North Carolina, through the Appalachians. It was a long bridge, wooden bridge, very well made, very well done. Not crummy, shoddy, or anything like that. It took me a hell of a long time to build up the nerve to cross that thing. And when I finally did, for about the first third, I had my eyes closed. I was grabbing on the sides to the rope. Oh, yeah. So coming to the edge is a very scary position. But that's what we have to do. That's the card. Come to the edge. Numbers up in the right-hand corner, 36. You got the 3, which in terms of manifesting means lining up your mind, your body, your spirit. Ooh, I sure could have used that on that bridge in North Carolina. Oh, baby. The 6, by the way, is kind of a manifesting sort of a thing. It is the beginning of material stuff, things beginning to form, stability in a 6. And you add the 2 together, 3 and 6 is 9. 9 basically says we're getting ready to wrap it up. We're getting ready. We're not quite there yet, but we're ready to turn the page to move on to whatever the next thing is. But you can't do that until you take it to the limit. You got to get to the limit so that you can step forward. The meme for today is, I am better off being disappointed by things I tried and failed at than regretting the chances I never took. I'm better off starting over than sticking out something that doesn't serve me any longer. It's true. They have talked to people who were in their 80s and 90s on their deathbed, and they asked them about, you have this long life. Do you have any regrets? What are the things that you wish you did or you want to remember? And, none of it had to do with money or cars or things. None of it. And I've read at least 4 studies. So there must have been at least 40 plus people in their 80s and 90s. All of them remembered peoples, places, occasions, friendships, money, cars, houses, nah. So that's what it takes. It is much better trying something and failing than not trying at all. That's why you have to come to the edge. And in fact, with this eclipse coming up on the 8th of April, about a week or so from now, you got to get in that position. You got to take it to the limit. You got to come to the edge and say, like me, reach out and grab the ropes on the side and close your eyes, but move forward. So the first card all the way on the left is the Hanged Man, and that really kind of says it. The Hanged Man really kind of says it. Because that's what it takes. You got to let go. Got to let go of the comfort factor. Because there is no comfort, otherwise you wouldn't be uncomfortable right now, right? So what you're doing ain't working, so you got to do something else. The Hangman says, get a new perspective. Now, it's going to make you feel very vulnerable, very, very afraid, just like I did on the bridge in North Carolina. I mean, it was scary. We had a breeze blowing through. It was pretty good. So the bridge swayed just a little bit, but I was swaying inside all together on my own, so that just magnified things. I was scared. And it took me an hour to build up the courage to close my eyes and grab onto the ropes. Same thing for you. And the only way that you're going to do that with the Hangman energy. Next card up, right next to it, is the Eight of Cups. Eight of Cups. Again, you got to let go. You can't burn the bridges. There's no turning back. You know that. That's one of the things that's going to motivate you. Once you decide, even if it's a small decision, I'm going to step forward even though I'm scared shitless. I'm going to step forward. Once you make that decision in your head and heart, you know you can never go back. You're comfortable. It's cups. You're comfortable. There's an emotional connection. But you know it leads nowhere. It's not satisfying. It's empty. You got to leave. You have no choice. You got to come to the edge. You got no other position. Next card says either this situation will change your value system or you have to make a decision about your value system. And that may be to trust the universe. Even though you're afraid, you move forward anyway. That's what courage is, you know, being scared to death and still doing it. That's courage. Not talk. The cowards are the ones that yell and scream and talk the most. Courage is saying, oh, God. Man, take my eye teeth out through my ass. I'd rather do that than do this. But I got to do it. And you do it anyway. That's courage. That means you got to get a good, solid value system. And to do that, you have to believe and trust in the very forces that have protected you behind all of your life. That's the Moon card. The Moon card talks about intuition. It talks about illusion. It seems scary. When I was on that bridge in North Carolina, I was almost 100% convinced that son of a bitch was going to break and I was going to fall 150 feet and I was going to be dead. Didn't happen, not even close. It's a great bridge. But the ghosts in my head made it very difficult. Eventually, I came to the edge. I stepped out, kind of in faith. I took it to my limit, and I'm glad I did. Some great memories. But that is what we are all being called on to do. Starting in April, the shit's going to hit the fan. It's already doing it, but boy, it's going to multiply. You're going to take it to the limit? You're going to come to the edge? There's no other place for you to go. You know that. There's no other place. You can't go back. You can't. You only have one direction going forward. Remember the meme. I'm better off being disappointed by things I tried and failed at than regretting never taking the chance. Come to the edge. That's the reading for today. Back again tomorrow with another Tao Tarot reading. Between now and the next time we get together, peace and blessings.